Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me today. In this presentation, I'll discuss why physical exercise is so important for primary age children and how it is taught through the Australian curriculum in an outdoor education setting. I'll focus on foundation and Year 5 students to show how movement skills develop as children grow. I'll also explain the teaching approaches I would use, how I would create a safe and challenging learning environment, and the curriculum and school policies that guide health and physical education. Education is much more than just playing sport. It is a planned curriculum area that helps children develop movement skills, confidence, and knowledge so that they can lead active and healthy lives. Research discussed throughout this unit highlights that many Australian children are not achieving the recommended daily levels of physical activity, making schools an important place for developing healthy habits. Physical exercise also improves confidence, cooperation, and communication, while encouraging lifelong participation in physical activity. These experiences support children's physical, social, and emotional well-being. In the foundation year, students begin to develop fundamental movement skills, which are the building blocks for future physical activity and sport. During outdoor lessons, I would focus on skills such as running, jumping, and balancing through games and obstacle courses. At this age, children require explicit teaching because movement skills do not automatically develop through play alone. I would model each skill, provide opportunities for repeated practice, and encourage students through purposeful play, helping them build confidence while learning correct movement techniques. By Year 5, students are ready to apply these fundamental skills to more complex activities. Rather than simply learning how to throw or catch, they begin using these skills in modified games that develop teamwork, communication, and problem solving. Students are also encouraged to reflect on their performance, consider what worked well, and identify ways that they can improve. This reflects the progression of movement learning, where skills become smoother, more automatic, and transferable to different sporting contexts. My teaching would use several pedagogical approaches introduced through this unit. I would begin with clear demonstrations and explicit instructions before providing guided questions and constructive feedback. Throughout the lesson, I would ask students reflective questions such as, "What helped you balance?" or "How could you improve your throw?" to encourage deeper thinking about movement. I would also use an inclusive approach by adapting activities, equipments, or rules when needed, so every child, regardless of their ability or background, can participate successfully and feel valued. Creating a safe learning environment is essential in health and physical education. Before every lesson, I would inspect the equipment, assess the outdoor space for hazards, and ensure students clearly understand safety expectations. I would position myself where I can supervise all students and adapt activities to suit different abilities. While maintaining safety, I would also ensure activities remain appropriately challenging by gradually increasing the complexity of movement tasks. This allows students to experience success while continuing to develop their movement skills. In summary, physical education plays an essential role in helping children develop the movement skills, confidence, and knowledge needed for lifelong participation in physical activity. By using effective teaching approaches, providing inclusive learning opportunities, and creating safe yet challenging environments, teachers can support every child to succeed. I'd now like to move into the second part of my presentation, which focuses on the importance of health education for primary age children. In the second part of my presentation, I will discuss the importance of health education by focusing on mental health and well-being. Health is more than the absence of illness. It's a state of physical, mental, emotional, social, and spiritual well-being. Through the Australian curriculum, Health and Physical Education, students develop the knowledge, skills, and behaviours needed to improve their health and well-being. I will focus on foundation and Year 5 students to demonstrate how this learning develops across the primary years. Health education helps students develop their knowledge, attitudes, skills, and behaviours needed to improve their health and well-being. It encourages students to make positive health decisions for themselves and others while promoting health rather than simply treating illness. Schools are most effective when health education is part of a whole school approach, including classroom learning, supportive school environments, health school policies, and partnerships with families and the communities. This approach helps children develop lifelong healthy habits and supports their overall well-being. In Foundation, mental health and wellbeing learning focuses on helping children recognize and express their emotions, build positive friendships, and learn how they should expect to be treated by others. Students also begin developing body awareness, personal safety, and positive relationships in an age-appropriate way. At this stage, the teachers should create a safe, supportive, and inclusive learning environment where students feel comfortable participating, asking questions, and learning alongside their peers. By Year 5, students explore more complex aspects of mental health and well-being. As children approach or begin puberty, learning expands to include physical and emotional changes, developing identity, changing friendships and relationships, and understanding emotions and feelings. Students also learn strategies to manage stress, build resilience, develop respectful relationships, helping them participate confidently both in school and in everyday life. There is no single way to teach health and physical education, so teachers select approaches that meet the needs of their students. A holistic approach considers students' physical, emotional, social, cognitive, and cultural needs, while inquiry-based learning encourages students to investigate and solve problems. Collaborative learning allows students to communicate and work towards shared goals. These approaches are supported by a whole school approach, where classroom learning is reinforced through supportive school environments, policies, and partnerships with families and their wider communities. An important part of promoting student well-being is working with families and support staff. Teachers should create a caring, supportive, and inclusive classroom, while recognizing when a student may need additional support. If serious concerns arise, teachers have a duty of care to refer students to additional and appropriate support services and work with the families and wellbeing staff. Teachers should remain approachable and compassionate while remembering that their role is to support students and follow school policies rather than act as counsellors. In conclusion, health education helps children develop the knowledge, skills, and behaviours needed to support lifelong health and well-being. Through the Australian curriculum, students progressively build resilience, positive relationships, and a healthy decision-making from foundation through the upper primary years, like the Year 5. By using effective teaching approaches and working together with the families and the wider school community, teachers can create safe, supportive, and inclusive environments that promote the well-being of every student.